it.
It is our very great pleasure to be here, and as we've been traveling and enjoying the museums and finding out about your folk culture, we see a lot of similarities in the Celtic folk culture. Now the Celts, originally, they say, came from India, and they traveled up through this area, through and up the Danube River to Ireland eventually. And then from Ireland and Scotland over to the northeast of the United States. So our heritage is that heritage from the UK over to our area called Maine, the northeast. They came in the 1500s and 1600s. My family came in the early 1700s and have been there ever since. And so you would say, well, you must be American. But I always feel this connection with my roots back in Scotland and Ireland. And now I'm tracing it down into here. We look at the art, and there are the interlacing knotwork designs that you see carved in so many places that are very reminiscent of the Celtic designs. You have standing stones in your mountains that are aligned with the seasons. You have folk tales that have characters that are the same characters. So this is a wonderful knitting together of these things. This instrument is called the Celtic harp, or folk harp, and it is the ancestor of the orchestra harp. These kinds of harps were part of the clans. Each clan had their harper who would remember the stories and the music and the genealogy and play the songs about all of their clan. So it's portable, even though it's not as portable as a flute. But it is portable. And to change the keys, I have these levers for changing the keys. But it does limit some of the music because I can't change key quickly. They invented the pedal harp that you see in the orchestra in the early 1800s because music was changing with the keyboard. You could change key instantly on the keyboard, but you couldn't do that on a harp. So they came up with the pedals where you step on the pedal and it changes. So the modern harp is automatic transmission. This one is manual transmission. We're going to begin with a very ancient poem from Ireland about the waves of immigrants that came, the Celts who came to Ireland. There were early people in Ireland, way before the Celtic people. And the Celtic people came into Ireland. And this poem is about that journey. And wait till these folks sit down.
This is selected lines in English translated from Old Irish and Latin.
Oh, and just to say, they were oral tradition. These poems and songs were not written down until fairly recently. So they were passed down by word of mouth. It was thought that if you wrote something down, it could be stolen. But if you gave it willingly by speaking it, by telling it, then it was a better way to pass it on. So.
I am a wind across the sea. I am a wave on the ocean. I am the roar of the tides. I am the hawk on the cliff. I am the stag of 7 tines. I am a dewdrop let fall by the sun. I am the most beautiful among flowers. I am a boar enraged. I am a lake in the plain. I am the salmon of wisdom. I am the vigor of man. I am the meaning of poetry. I am the spirit that fires your mind. I am both the tree and the lightning that strikes it. I am a dark secret of a dolmen not yet hewn. I am the queen of every hive. I am the fire on every hill. I am the shield over every head. I am the spear of battle. I am the ninth wave of eternal return. I am the grave of every vain hope. I invoke the land of Ireland, well coursed by the fertile sea. Fertile be the fruit-strewn mountain. Fruit-strewn be the showery wood. Showery be the river of waterfalls. Of waterfalls be the lake of deep pools. Deep-pooled be the hilltop well. A well of tribes be the assembly. An assembly of kings is Tara. Tara be the hill of the tribes of the sons of Mill of the ships. Like a lofty ship be Ireland, lofty Ireland. Darkly sung, dark Eber's incantation, an incantation of great cunning, the great cunning of the wives of Brice, the wives of Brice of Boyne. But the great lady, Ireland, Eramon has conquered her. I, Avrin, have invoked for her. I invoke the land of Ireland. We have no idea how old that poem is. It may relate to the Bronze Age, no, the Iron Age people coming in and taking over from the Bronze Age people.
Very ancient. There are lots of references to nature and to the land itself, the Great Lady Ireland. They think of the land itself as having a vitality beyond just being soil. That this appears in Celtic music all the time, and in the poetry there are lots of references to the trees as if they're sentient, and all of the creatures, that there's communication with the creatures. This is a beautiful melody that is about the changing of the seasons, and in northern Maine it's still pretty cold there. They still actually have some snow on the ground.
You have lilacs in bloom here in Pristina. Our lilacs won't be in bloom for another 4 weeks at home.
And in Scotland and Ireland, it's still pretty chilly. So the shifting of the seasons is something that is celebrated. But this particular melody is that time when you're just beginning to notice that winter is, in fact, leaving you. So we have two melodies. The first is called Gloomy Winter's New Awa. Gloomy Winter is now leaving. And then a tune called Smiling Spring. And you might hear little birds and insects in the second tune. Yeah.
winter's rains and ruins are over, and all the season of snows and sins. The days dividing lover from lover, the night that the light that loses, the night that wins. And time remembered is grief forgotten, as frosts are slain and flowers begotten. And in green underwood in cover, blossom by blossom, the spring begins.